Okay, so now we are moving. So last time we did completing the square, which like I said before is kind of new to me. They didn't do that back in my day, but what we always did was use the quadratic formula. Probably my most favorite lesson from algebra was the quadratic formula, so I'm kind of excited to go over this today because it's been a while. So first thing is the quadratic formula. I don't know if you've ever had a teacher sing it to you, but it's x is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and you'll never forget it. So with the quadratic formula, we need to make sure everything's in standard form. So a bx plus c. So I'm just coloring these in just so you can see that eventually we do just, kind of replace them back. So all my a's, right, you're going to replace the a's here, my b's here, and my c is right here. Right, so you're just taking the coefficients from here and plugging it into the formula, and then we just simplify from there. So let's do number 1. So I have x squared plus 2x minus 63. So the first thing I need to do is figure out what's a, what's b, and what's c. A is 1, b is 2, c is negative 63. So then now I could plug it into the formula. So the opposite of b, so negative 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So back when I was in algebra, I would just go one by one. So 2 squared is 4, and then I would plug into my calculator 4 times 1 times negative 63, and I get negative 252. So remember, it's minus negative 252, so that's really like plus 252 all over 2, because 2 times 1 is 2. So then I'm going to add these. I get negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 256 divided by 2. Which means now I need to find the square root of 256, which happens to be 16. So now negative 2 plus or minus 16 all over 2. So then that's almost like we have to split it. So it's negative 2 plus 16 over 2, negative 2 minus 16 over 2. So this would be 14 divided by 2, which is 7. This would be negative 18 divided by 2, which is negative 9. So those are my two x values. So it's a little sloppy just because I didn't have enough room, but you guys get the idea. So I'm just going to go down the line as we go. So look at number 3. I noticed the first thing is this isn't 0, so I do have to move this over by subtracting it over. And when I do that, I get negative x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals 0. And now I can figure out a, b, and c. So a is negative 1, b is 2, c is also negative 1. Right? So then now I can plug it into the formula. So x is equal to the opposite of b, so negative 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4, then negative 1 times negative 1 all over 2a. See, you never forget the song. All right, so then we go through, we just start simplifying. So negative 2 plus or minus, so that's 4. So let's plug this in. It's going to be 4 times negative 1 times negative 1. So that's another 4. So 4 minus 4 over negative 2. This is the square root of 0, which is 0. So negative 2 over negative 2 is just 1, right? So you guys, I hope you guys realize I just did the square root of 0 here, which is 0. But yeah, so your x values are just 1. So let's do number 5. Okay, so this is a good one. First thing I noticed, we need to move 24 over, but look at that. It actually goes to that -1. So I have 9x squared minus 25. I don't have a b value. I only have an a and a c. So a equals 9, b equals 0, c equals -25. So that's the first thing, is make sure you realize that for b it's 0 because there's nothing there. Now I'm going to plug it into my lovely little formula. So a is equal to the opposite of b, so just 0, plus or minus the square root of 0 squared minus 4 times 9 times -25 all over 2a. So then I'm going to simplify. So it's 0 plus or minus the square root of 0 minus, so we're going to do 4 times 9 times -25. So that's -900, so I'm going to just change that to plus 900 over 18. So really, do I need this 0? I don't think so. So let me find out the square root of 900, which is 30. So I have 30 over 18, plus or minus, right? I'm going to keep the plus or minus. So I can simplify this fraction by dividing by 6. So I get 5 over 3 plus or minus. So those are both my solutions. Let's do another one. So let's jump to the back. This is a good one to do. So for this one, I need to move 4x over. And now my equation is x squared minus 4x minus 9. A is 1, B is -4, C is -9. So now I could plug it into the quadratic formula, which if you need to, I would rewrite it. So x is equal to opposite b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So then I'm going to just plug in my values. So the opposite of -4 would be +4. Plus or minus the square root of -4 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times 1. So I plug it in. I need to start simplifying. So it's 4 plus or minus the square root of 16. We got to do 4 times 1 times -9. Which is -36, so I'm going to change it to plus 36 over 2. 16 plus 36 is 52. So I'm left with this. What I'm thinking here is, let me see if I could split 52 up. Let's think of 52 divided. Okay, so I can split it up into the square root of 4 and the square root of 13. So let me rewrite this. This would really just be 4 plus or minus, so the square root of 4 is 2, square root of 13 over 2. And then from here, I could divide the top in like these two coefficients by 2. So it's 2 plus or minus the square root of 13 is my final answer. I kind of like that one because it was so different. We should do one. That should be it, actually. This is a long video.